When the Islamic Revolution of 1979 ousted Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, Iran's new rulers handed over the keys to the Israeli embassy in Tehran to Palestinian officials. That symbolic gesture also marked a shift in foreign policy. Under the new government in Iran, Israel was an occupying force, not a state, and Palestinian statehood was a given. In this episode of In a Nutshell, we take a look at the Islamic Republic's relations with Palestine and its treatment of the Palestinian cause. In August 1979, the late founder of the Islamic Republic, Imam Khomeini, designated the last Friday of the Muslim fasting month of Ramadan on the Islamic calendar as International Quds Day. Every year on that day, people who care about the Palestinian cause around the world hold demonstrations to show their solidarity with the Palestinian people. That designation was not arbitrary. Built into the Islamic Revolution and Imam Khomeini's ideals was the tenet of supporting the oppressed. The Palestinian people were contemporary history's single most persecuted people. Their land has been taken away, their livelihoods callously restricted, their children stigmatized by Israelis, their bodies destroyed, and their very being suppressed at every opportunity. That was the backdrop against which Imam Khomeini sought to encourage an awakening. If an uprising would ensue, all the better. The first and second intifadas in 1987 to 1993 and 2000 to 2005 respectively were thus welcome occurrences. The Palestinian people were the primary source of opposition to the Israeli occupation of their land, and they had now risen up in armed battle. The Islamic Republic didn't withhold support either time. And a major branch of the Islamic Revolution Guards Corps, the IRGC, is also named Quds. The Quds Force, which was headed by Major General Qasem Soleimani until he was assassinated by the United States, has been a major force in streamlining regional resistance to the Israeli regime and its puppet master and only source of survival, the United States. Today, the Quds Force is credited with not only enabling Palestinian and other resistance groups across the region to procure their own means of defense, but also training them in elite warfare. Whether it is the Palestine Liberation Organization, the PLO, or Hamas, the Islamic Republic has been unwavering in its support for the Palestinian struggle for freedom. And the Iranians have said invariably that peace in West Asia can only come when the Palestinian issue is resolved. Their solution is a referendum in which all the original inhabitants of Palestine, including Muslims, Christians, and Jews, can freely express their opinions about their desired system of governance. With the latest Israeli war on Gaza, Palestinian resistance groups have been shown to possess never-seen-before combat capabilities that have blindsided Tel Aviv and its backers. If it had not been for the Islamic Republic and the 1979 Islamic Revolution, many of those capabilities would have been inconceivable. Almost 4 months into the war, not only has the Israeli military been unable to quote-unquote destroy Hamas and other Palestinian resistance groups, which was a goal of the military offensive declared by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu early on, but have also proven incredibly resilient in weathering an all-out offensive. That endurance is especially noteworthy given the fact that the Palestinian enclave of Gaza had been and continues to be under a full blockade by Israel and Egypt. Inspired by the ideals of Iran's Islamic Revolution, the Iran-led regional resistance axis has been posing an existential challenge to Israel and, at the same time, has managed to keep the Palestinian cause as the central issue of the Muslim world, while most Islamic and Arab countries tend to take no action against Israeli occupation.